Hello heroes, and welcome back to the Dirge, the YouTube channel devoted to Heroes of the Storm. This is Dirge, your host again, for the third installment of my 25 game series of my current progress in Hero League this season. So we're going to jump right into the game. Like I said, third placement game out of 10 this season. This is a good example of, even when you don't get a proper comp, why you shouldn't throw at draft. As you can see, they have tank, bruiser, healer, and we do not have a healer on our draft. Our last two picks refused to compromise. It stayed relatively positive. Nobody decided to throw at draft, and it actually had a positive outcome for us, as you will see at the end of the game. So we'll jump right into it. As I've said before, the disclaimer at the beginning of my videos is I'm not a master or grandmaster. If you're looking for master or grandmaster play, you're looking in the wrong place. If you're looking to learn, welcome. So am I. The point behind these videos is to get constructive criticism, and I hope to get that in the comments below.
Let the battle begin.
So, part of the initial engagement for me is to gather as much information as I can about my team and the enemy team. See if we have any weaknesses, if they have any weaknesses, and then I can play the rest of the game according to what I can gather from there. So as we can see, a minute and 10 into the game, our Rainer hasn't left the core yet, so me is identifying himself as a weakness. And I'm going to make sure I don't support him as much as I would, say, our tank or the Zool, who are holding their own in mid, even though we're outnumbered. Fair trade initial engagement, especially, like I said, considering we're outnumbered. Both teams playing relatively well, going for a dive here to try to get a kill on speed health. Then as soon as Varian charges, I decide to warp out and save myself. I know Varian has a pretty weak early game, but I'm not trying to give them an experience lead, so I mount up and head to soak the experience in the top lane before we miss another minion wave. Varian follows closely behind. Now luckily, because I pay attention in games, I recognized that I had played with this person who's playing Varian this game before, and didn't have to play long to identify them as a weakness on the enemy team, so I look to exploit that every chance I get. And you'll notice that as a continuing trend throughout the game, is that whenever I see their Varian, I play according, because I know I've played with this person before, and I know that they're not a strong player, so I can exploit their positioning and their recklessness.
Red team draws first blood.
I derp a little bit there and don't get off the proper arsenal synergy. Don't launch my base bomb when I should have. But I'm just chipping away at it. By the time she leaves, she has, what, 10% health. And now I'm going to mount up and head down to the bottom to the objective after clearing this minion wave here, knowing that we have almost a 1-level lead. So showing on the minimap, I know my team is heading down. We're in a pretty good position. We have Zool anchored in a bush to see when they're coming. I arrived right as the team was popping up. They get our Zool, but we end up getting their Stukov and energy though. Varian's playing a little too aggressive for having that low of health, so of course punish and capitalize. I could have saved our Rainer there. I did derp a little bit. I ended up finishing the Nova off, but I could have finished her before she killed our Rainer. Excuse me. Same thing here. If I didn't launch that plasma cutter so wide, I could have finished this Arthas off before he was able to retreat. Got him very, very close, but a little bit of a derpage on my point there. We get the tribute and they come in for an engage. This gazebo's already identified themselves as a weakness on the enemy team, so I look to punish them for coming in a little too hard. End up having to retreat anyway. I'm going to hearth here and then head back to top lane to soak some more experience up that way, especially considering I can see that the tribute's going to spawn near top lane on the next round anyway. Team's still fighting down here just to make sure that they don't allow the enemy team to get any of our structures, and I'm up here filling the gaps, making sure we keep our experience lead. So objectives up, I try to stay hidden so I don't let them know when I'm coming. Rainer stays in a little too long, gets punished for it. I know we have the talent advantage. I'm not trying to force a fight, I'm still trying to pick the engage. My team's doing a pretty good job, but they're not focusing anybody. They're sort of just spreading the damage out between their whole team, so I can't really dive for a kill. I'm just trying to keep myself alive and make sure they don't go down below my shield so they don't break into my health. There's another hard engage onto our Johanna, and by this point, pretty much realizing that we're going to have to give this one up to him, so I retreat, go back to soaking again. I notice that Falstad is sticking in top lane, so I reverse course and head down to mid to soak experience from down there.
Gather tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple.
Rainer once again getting caught in a bad position. Johanna goes in to save him, so I follow in after her. We don't get anybody there because the Stukov shows up, and I don't want to overextend and get caught in a chase. Leave myself vulnerable. But now that I see they're coming in, I don't want to leave Nova just sit there recklessly sniping people, so I try to chase her off a little bit. Stukov. I don't want to leave him there just letting him sit there casting his silence on the point, stalling us. So I try to just get him to move to cancel his silence. Sort of just playing defense, protecting the point. Once again, the Zebo has shown himself as a weakness. Poke him a little bit on his way past, but still securing the objective for our team. Now they're coming in with way too little health, and it's time to finish him off and punish. Forget Arthas, he's going to take too long to kill. The Zebo's a weakness, let's exploit that. Now that we've locked down the objective and we're on uneven footing, might as well have a little bit of fun. So, quick look at the statistics, a little less than 8 minutes into the game, 6 kills, 2 assists, 0 deaths. Close to highest siege damage, just about double the hero damage anybody on my team, and highest experience contribution on my team as well. We could have forced that a little bit more and ended up getting that fort down, but no objectives coming up. Try to play for objective before I play for anything else, just because I don't want to give it up to the team and leave it to chance. We have Johanna anchoring down here, so I anchored in this one just to provide vision on when they're coming. come down to join us. Now here I was debating on running and backing off since my health got low after that Varian Colossus smash, but I ended up just coming down there tapping, letting my shields regen a little bit, rejoining the battle. This ends up turning into a really good engage for me and my team. We're just whittling them down a little bit by bit, some phase bombs, AoE damage on their whole team. Their Nova almost gets lucky and finishes me with a triple tap, trying to finish off Falstad. But once again, they just warped away. I take the long way around to give my shield some time to regen when I decide to double back and come back in. Zebo's on the point, and I interrupt him before he captures. Finish him off. Warp back into safety. Giving up the tribute to Steve off. It's now 2-2 on the. We're both on curse point, and our team is pinging the camps. Falstad flies up to get it, so I decided to get this bottom one. Little stutter stepping on the camps just to minimize any damage I might take, just in case their Nova decides to jump out of nowhere. Anchor. And then punish. No, we immediately got a 4-on-5 and their healer's down. So you know we're going into this curse point with an advantage. It's not going to stop them from trying to poke us off and defend anyway.
My curse upon you.
Now at the first curse in the game, 7-0. Top hero. Zul has passed me in experience contribution and siege. But altogether, it's still a pretty successful game so far. Now with Curse, I decided to push down the middle with the camp so I can benefit from the aura. And that right there is an absolute misclick, total derpage. Never should have happened, should have canceled it a lot earlier. More than willing to acknowledge my mistakes, and that was a big one. Now I'm off on cooldown for 90 seconds. Now here I was thinking about backing out, but then their Nazeebo's shown that he's a weakness on their team, so I figured I might as well try to exploit it while he's just leaving himself out and vulnerable. I end up almost getting him, and then their variant comes. I try to escape, but I pay the price for overextending.
My curse subsides.
Speed up a little bit while I'm dead. I'll leave off the 2-on-1 down here, and Johanna and Raymond make a good call and take down that fort. And I come back up, heading up the top lane to try to push this minion wave a little bit and keep myself busy, get us a little more experience before objective comes in. People are pinging boss, but nobody really responded to any of the pings in this game. And I thought it was a bad time to go to it anyway since the team was too spread out. And the objective was about to come up with the enemy team being on curse point, so I didn't want to give them the curse in exchange for the boss. after I exposed my position with the planet cracker, I decided to relocate, come down here, and regroup with my team before going in. Falstad makes a really heads-up play after being caught out of position here in mid lane. As they're trying to channel on the tribute, you'll get to see that here in a minute. When I'm up here, I'm just going to anchor so I can give us vision. Varian comes up to anchor, sees me there, decides to give chase, but I warp away before he can really engage. Now at this point, I'm debating on whether to engage to my left or to come down here and rejoin my team. I see my team pushing up, so I come up and engage with them. And here's the heads-up play from Falstad. Now we're whittling their team down bit by bit by bit. Johanna gets 2 kills, Falstad gets a kill, and I end up getting the tribute. Falstad gets 2 kills, excuse me. And Varian ends up dying too. So, full mega kill, team wipe. I know at this point right now we should be going for a boss. I am hesitant to get the bosses, especially, I know it's not early game anymore, but even at level 17 I'm still hesitant to get the bosses with no healer. We have a tank, and we can burn them down fast enough, but our team really isn't coordinated. We're not responding to pings quickly at all, and I don't want to give the enemy team the opportunity of stealing a boss from us and turning the tides in this game. I'm just playing it safe here. I see that they're chasing. I decide to engage, try to save our Johanna because she turned around the fight. End up finishing their no-gun in the meantime. Marcus on the way down too. And now we're 3-on-2 going into this tribute. Varian's down here channeling. He sees us coming and decides to come fight instead of backing up.
Welcome back.
And pays the price.
Hero.
Now Johanna types it out. Boss?
Core is under attack.
So sure. Alright, I was going to head to our boss, and then somebody pinged the bottom boss down here. So I'll clear this bottom minion wave. I don't have my team enough time to come down here and join me. I can see that they're showing on the map at mid, so I'm not too worried about them stealing at this point. Falstad engages, I engage. I don't like the positioning that I'm sitting in here now, so I am going to reposition over closer to the bush, just in case, now that Arthas is showing bottom lane, just in case he decides to come try to steal the boss, I can warp out or at least have a route for escape.
This time.
Boss is now pushing bottom lane with Zul and Raynor. And we come up here, also again on curse point. So we're going to get a second curse for our team here, which is eventually going to end the game. I try to keep the video short, so I do fast forward through some of the action a little faster than this regular play speed, but like I said, I don't want to make the videos go too long. I try to shoot for 20 to 25 minutes.
Hero slain. Hero slain.
There it is.
Red team is
Into the game statistics, 10-1, most hero, most experience.
MVP.
Turns into an MVP game for me. So like I said at the beginning, just because you don't get the comp you want or what you feel is a proper comp, it's not an excuse to throw because you can still make it happen. Thanks again for watching. If you guys want to see more videos, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, comments in the section below. Thanks again.